I'm here at Canastota, New York's International Boxing Hall of Fame, where acclaimed boxing analyst Al Bernstein is to be inducted this weekend for all time. All time. Al, congratulations on your well-deserved induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. In recognition of your many achievements within the sport as a writer, broadcaster, analyst, etc., can you describe your sentiments regarding this event and your induction in particular?
Well, it's a little daunting, you know. It's overwhelming is probably the word. And, you know, you hope that it's validation for what you've done in the past. And I also take it as something to energize me for the future. It's kind of a responsibility to try and do your best.
You started out as a newspaperman in the 1970s, actually writing. Were you actually writing about boxing in the early days?
No, I wasn't. I was writing about hard news, and I was a political writer. And then I wrote a book on boxing, and I had done some amateur boxing and I was freelancing then for Boxing Illustrated finally, and then it was when I kind of clawed my way in at ESPN.
Interesting. Speaking of ESPN, you were there for 23 years to subsequently go into Showtime as a boxing analyst in 2003. Is it safe to say you're in this venture for life?
Yeah, for the most part. Someday maybe I'll stop and just ride my horse, but which I like to do. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's enjoyable. I enjoy it. It's a great sportscasting is just a great way to make a living, and it's fun, and certainly covering the sport of boxing is exciting. And I very much enjoy what I'm doing now at Showtime. So I would hopefully be able to continue that for the foreseeable future.
You've been sitting ringside for a number of years. What is one of the most profound moments sitting at ringside?
Well, you know, it's funny. Tommy Hearns is being inducted, of course, in this class of Hall of Fame, and only about 5 years into my career, I was fortunate enough to do the Tommy Hearns Marvin Hagler fight, and that was just a significant moment in the 80s. The 80s, I did a lot of the fights involving the four kings, you know, Hagler, Leonard, Hearns, Duran, but that one was so exciting, and to me that was a special moment.
What's one of the worst moments that you've come across while you're...
Well, I've made a few faux pas along the way, a few mistakes. One of them involved Marvin Hagler, actually. This was after his fight with John the Beast Mugabe, who's also here. And I was doing the interview with Marvin, and the producer came out and said something in my ear that was a little bit, I couldn't hear Marvin during part of his answer. And I missed a part of the answer, and at the end it was, would you mind if I left? I thought he meant, would you mind if I left the interview? So I said, oh, no problem, you know, if you've done enough tonight, you know, thank you. And I turned to the camera to do a final commentary, and he looked a little puzzled. What he was really saying, he had led up to it, saying that he's done 14 total offenses. Would you mind if I left the sport? Well, I completely ignored that. And so I was guilty of ignoring a potential retirement announcement by the biggest name in boxing on the air. So I've had a few faux pas, but for the most part, it's just been great.
Working ringside as an analyst is probably second nature to you, but now you're involved as a host as well as an executive producer of the Boxing Channel TV on the internet. How much is this taking up your time nowadays? Or how much more involved are you in this as opposed to being an analyst? Is this what consumes you the most at this point in time?
Well, you know, it's kind of an equal division of labor, and part of the reason I'm doing that is because the internet is the new medium through which boxing is sent to people, you know, especially in the United States, where the mainstream media has done a much less effective job of covering boxing. And so as a result, that's how people are getting their boxing news. And it is the way, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even 3 years from now, but very soon, it's the way most of us will be getting a lot of our entertainment and a lot of our video entertainment and our information. So I feel like being a part of this channel and being able to do it on the internet makes sense.
Interestingly enough, the Boxing Channel TV has a little logo powered by the International Brotherhood of Prize Fighters. Can you comment on that? Or?
Well, that's a group. That's just kind of a group that is a part of the. They're kind of the gentleman knows that that's their big philosophical group, if you will. It doesn't, you know, it powers what he has, other plans he has for boxing.
I see. Not many people are aware that you're a musical performer as well, having released an album. Are you still involved musically, and in what way were you involved musically?
Well, once in a while now, but back then, starting in '87, I did a that was the first musical show I did in Vegas. I'd done some work in Chicago, but I did a show 3 nights leading up to the Hagler-Leonard fight, and at Caesar's Palace, and that was kind of the kickoff of it. It was fun. It was well received. So I did that act for a while, for 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, and then I kind of morphed that into something different. It's called the Boxing Party, where I do some music, but I also do trivia and videos and other things, where it's more, and it's a very interactive show. So that's kind of taken the place of the musical endeavors. And had I continued doing that, it would have been unfair to, let's see, Michael Bublé, Michael Feinstein, and Harry Connick, because how would those guys have ever made a living if, you see what I'm saying? If I was, competing with them. Is my nose growing when I say this?
You wrote a book way back when, Boxing for Beginners.
I did, yes.
And now you're coming out, or did you come out?
It's just out now. It's out as an ebook on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com, and on those same places, you'll be able to get the print book in about a week. But it's there as an ebook now, and they can go there and get it. And if they go there in about a week, they'll be able to get it.
Can you give us the title?
It's called 30 Years, 30 Undeniable Truths About Boxing, Sports, and TV. And it's a fun, humorous look at what's gone on in the last 30-some years.
What prompted you to write that book at this stage?
I've been people have been pushing me to write it for a long time, and the problem is you're doing so many things that it's difficult to commit to that project. And somehow I was able to do it. I think I was joking because as men, we have no idea what it's like to give birth. The closest thing is probably writing a book. At least it was for me. It was like a daunting process, but it turned out fine. I'm very happy with it, and I think fans are going to kick out of it. I hope so, anyway.
Last question before I let you go. As one of the top boxing analysts, maybe of all time, I can't let you go without asking you about the big fight this weekend, Tim Bradley, Manny Pacquiao. I thought I read somewhere you picked Manny Pacquiao. If so, can you tell us why?
I picked Manny Pacquiao if the Manny Pacquiao of 3 fights ago shows up. Not the Manny Pacquiao that fought Shane Mosley, even though he dominated, and not the Manny Pacquiao that fought Juan Manuel Marquez, because that Manny Pacquiao didn't move, he didn't throw combinations, he didn't do the things that has made him special in these higher weight classes. If the Manny Pacquiao from before shows up, he'll win. If not, Tim Bradley is a very legitimate contender. He's a terrific fighter. I did a number of his fights at Showtime, and he's very good.
Al, congratulations again on your induction, and see you soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
You never know.